How you going, heavy readers? Here at Mundi Mundi Mash with the Mundi Mundi Bash.
Mundi.
Not Mash. Mundi Mundi Bash. With the one and only Richard Clapton. How you going, mate?
Going great. Still going.
Still going?
Yeah.
From when?
1973.
Champion effort.
We'll get to that later. A pretty good show you just put on there before. We were out the front checking it out.
Well, I'm really lucky because that's their house band, but all those guys play in my band as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's great. I just rock up and do 10 songs.
And get off.
Yeah.
That's one thing I was going to talk about. So you've got Jack and Dario in the band, and they pretty much play
not
with
Dario.
everyone.
Colin, the keyboard player. But Dario has played with me, and so has Gordo, the drummer.
Oh, yeah.
Not a bad ensemble.
Oh, mate, they're the best. I thought Jack was unbelievable today.
Jack is. There's that guitar solo he did.
Yeah.
And mate, unbelievable. So you've been doing this for a while, bro. But walking out on stage today with 15,000 people there at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, that's still got to give you butterflies.
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. I do this 2,000 capacity venue called the State Theatre in Sydney, and that, I get a bit nervous doing that one. It's a bit more serious than these things.
I suppose, yeah,
it's more of a concert, and it's all about me,
Yeah.
But no, a day like today, no, I don't really, it doesn't really freak me out.
Yeah, it freaked us out watching you up there, mate. So do you remember, this is a great festival, but do you remember your first ever festival that you played, and who was on the lineup?
I just did it again.
Which one?
It's called Sunbury, in Victoria.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard of that?
No.
I've heard the name, but tell us a bit about it.
Sorry.
Have to rehydrate, mate.
The sun's right there.
Sunbury was, I think, 1973, 1974, 1975. I did 1975 when I was still a kid. But Sunbury is mostly known for Billy Thorpe, Skyhooks and that, the legendary Melbourne bands and everything. But they just did their 50th anniversary.
Wow.
And Ross Wilson and I were on that as well.
So they've done it every year, or it's just an anniversary show?
No, it was put on by the council. I think it's Sunbury, the council.
Yeah.
And they put it on. And it was really good.
That would have been good nostalgic for you, 50 years between concerts and going back, that would be great.
And Skyhooks, Bongo, Skyhooks, he's got this girl that sings with him that sounds exactly like Shirl.
For a girl, yeah, right.
Yeah.
That would have been quite eerie then.
Yeah.
So going back in time a bit, bro, you started your solo career back in 1972. You had your first single, Last Train to Marseille, the same year. So, and your debut album, Push and Blue, came out the year after. But what was the musical climate like back then that sort of you came into it, and where did you fit in? Where did you want to go with it?
Well, see, I'd been away in Europe for about 6.5 years. But when I got back here, I had shaggy hair right down my ass, and it wasn't really. I think Greg Crook was the only singer-songwriter around in those days. But my theory is because I got a record deal pretty easily, and I think I'd just come back from Europe. I still had a slight English accent with long shaggy hair, and I think the music industry looked at me like, it's enough Jon Stevens, let's get him.
Let's claim him.
Yeah.
So how do you reckon the music industry back then compares to that today? I know there's so much has changed, but as a performer, was it a better time back then or a better time now?
I'm sorry to say, I just think a lot of the soul has gone out of it, and I'm sure you guys have heard, it was pretty wild. It's like the Wild West.
Yeah.
But man, it was so fun. But when I say it was so fun, not just for us, the artists, for the general public, they just loved it.
Yeah. And so you think now it's too kind of overproduced, it's not natural or something?
Yeah. There's too much music nowadays being done on computers, on laptops and.
Yeah, let's say it does take the soul out of it, doesn't it? You can tell it's not real, there's no feeling in it.
Yeah.
And people are kind of writing songs to suit the general public rather than writing songs for themselves.
Nowadays it all seems to be about pop. you know.
Topic politics too, like
Yeah.
without talking politics, but it comes into music too much. Like it's got to be too sanitised these days.
Yeah,
You can't offend anybody. It's like it's taking the self-expression out of it again.
Yeah. But I know for a fact that, you know, back in those days, 70s and 80s, like the whole Australian community, you know, it was subculture, you know, for the whole population.
Yeah, now it's sort of more of a minority outcast type of thing, isn't it? Rock music.
What
For us, like these days,
the old
well,
farts.
for all of us, mate, even us young fellas going out.
Well, we're the heavy metal guys, so we're on the outer, you know.
We're on the extreme outer.
One thing that is funny though, like we talked to the Living End last night, you know, and they're a punk band. They're like a rockabilly band, and really they come from the underground. But then you talk to them, and they've had so many hits that are on the radio, and even now with like the heavier style of music and rock music, it is kind of starting to push back into the pop zone, which is a bit scary, but it's kind of a bit more accepted.
Living End. No, sorry, I just don't. No.
Welcome back.
Yeah. No, because I love Kris. You know, I've known Kris for a long while.
Great guitarist, eh?
Yeah, but back in the day, back in the 80s, you know, Kris and I be getting up no good, and I go, Kris, to me, you're Australia's Pete Townsend. Well, you know, back in those days, I reckon he really was.
Yeah.
So he's changed a bit over the years?
No, not really. Look, the thing is, the musicians that are doing this for the purest of motives, we're the survivors. We're the ones that stay around.
Yeah.
And I just love, Jerry Garcia said before he died, you know, he's asked why he keeps doing this, and he just looked at the interviewer and said, because it's what I do, man. You know, in other words, he's born to play.
Yeah.
You're actually right there too. You know, like you got old Aussie bands, even like the Poor and the Screaming Jets. You know, like Skinny and Glinster are in it for the right reasons. You know, and that's why, like the Poor's just had a resurgence again after so many years. It's like, but you're right. It's like the old school ones with the right mentality. They're the ones that still survive. Hey, we're not dinosaurs. We're good people. So your album, your debut album, which was Prussian Blue, turned 50 years old last year, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's got to be a great achievement, man. Like, did you do anything special for it to celebrate it?
No, this is it.
Oh, this is the tour radio? Yeah.
No. Well, it's been it's reissued and it comes out today. Prussian Blue, Goodbye Tiger, and The Great Escape.
All right. Reissued as in like not re-recorded at all, just remastered.
No, remastered. Yeah.
So can you, with the remasters and stuff, like, can you tell the difference? Like, if you listen to the old one and the remastered one, can you tell the difference?
Yeah, because technology's come a long way in 50 years. So Goodbye Tiger sounds really spicko.
Yeah, right,
remastering,
Because I know a lot of people, like the general punters, they see reissues come out, they just say, well, why buy it? I've already got it. But you can, like, if you, the artist, can hear the difference between the two, well, the punters should be able to as well.
Well, I've got a really great mastering guy in Sydney. I mean, Don Bartley. I mean, Don's relatively 70s now, but he's just a man. He's the best.
Very cool. We've got a couple of minutes left, Jimmy. So.
A couple of minutes. All right. There's a thing on YouTube called Wikipedia Fact and Fiction. We're going to pinch a little bit out of that. There's a couple of things I had a look on there, did a bit of research, which you usually don't do. There's a couple of questions on there. They talk about your age, if you want to talk about it. There's 3 different versions. Date of birth. So they've got 1948, 1949, or 1951.
Isn't that great?
Good answer.
Which one was that?
He said that's great.
Look, I've given up on it now.
Yeah?
No, trying to hide my age. We did Adelaide last week, and I don't know even why I said this. There's this great old movie called The Fiendish Plot of Dr. Fu Manchu, Peter Sellers, and in the first scene, he gets up and he goes, "Today I am 176 years old." And that is because of my elixir vitae. Actually brought the house down. I can't believe the audience got into it.
Well, who doesn't know Peter Sellers? He's a champion, isn't he?
Oh, fucking was.
Well, yeah, well, he still is, you know, but just not in person.
Yeah.
So the answer to that one, Jimmy, is mind your own fucking business.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking when they were talking about it. Should we go to the band? Super band?
We should, because we haven't got much time. So what we've been doing is we've been asking everyone we interview to put together their own super group from the festival lineup this year. So we want a singer, a guitarist, a bass player, a drummer. You're not allowed to be in it, unfortunately. And then you've got to give the band a name.
Man, that question's really tough. Okay. Diesel, who's on stage at the moment. Diesel and I have been close mates for a long while. And we've also written songs together. He plays, he jumps up and plays a lot of my gigs. So okay, so there's your guitar player.
Yeah.
Dario, who just played with me and plays with the Baby Animals.
Every single person has said Dario that we've had on this house. We've had about 7 bands, but that's how good the man is. You know,
Oh man, what's not to love about Dario?
he's not sitting there anymore, so he can say something.
No, he's. Hey, Daz, I just gave you a big plug and you walked off. No, Colin, my keyboard player that played today.
Yeah.
I still go with Colin. And Gordo is just awesome, you know, for me, the drummer that played today.
Yep.
But Lee that's playing with Diesel, Lee's sort of my Sydney drummer.
Yeah.
And in Melbourne, I've got this guy, Johnny Salerno. You wouldn't know, but you'd know Johnny.
So who are we missing? The vocalist. Who's the vocalist?
Well, from today.
Oh, the whole lineup? Doesn't really matter?
From this lineup.
No,
the whole
from
lineup?
this
The whole lineup, yeah.
Oh, Robin, who's Jack's partner, if you didn't know that.
Yeah, very cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Now, before we go, there's one more thing, mate, because we can't finish this off without giving your next show a bit of a plug, bro. You've got one coming up at the State Theatre in Sydney where you're going to be playing songs from Goodbye Tiger and more hits.
Yeah.
So tell us about that. It's an annual pilgrimage for you, I believe.
Yeah, 16 years. I think it's 16 years I've been doing
Yeah,
it.
I have.
And it's great because you know, people have lost interest in it, and people are sort of coming from all over Australia. And I know for a fact there's been some people have come from the US and the UK as well over the years.
Yeah, well, that's cool.
So it's a pretty special night. Yeah.
And what date's that? Where can people get tickets?
31st of August.
Yeah.
If you want a ticket, got to be quick. I think there's only about 30 left.
Right, yeah, well, we'll get this published quick so people know how's
Mate,
that.
yeah, love it.
Right, yeah, we're going to let you go and get back
Thanks,
to your job,
mate.
mate, but thanks
Yeah.
very much, Richard. It's been a
Okay,
pleasure,
Richard,
bro.
thank you.